Hello everybody and welcome back to another Rimworld video, and today we are continuing our journey throughout this Rimworld and just continuing to grow our colony. So yeah, let's get started on this. So right now this is our prison cell, and it's not a very good prison cell, so we're gonna have our people start working on an actual prison cell so that our storage room isn't our prison cell, because that just won't end up well at all. So I prefer to give prisoners a good amount of space so they don't threaten to run away, because if they do start running away, then you have to go get them, and you don't really want to have to get prisoners like every once in a while, and because it does get annoying. So I mean, as long as you start with a decent room that has enough space for a prisoner, then it's alright. But if you just don't give them any space, they kind of just go crazy. So yeah, and we don't really want anyone going crazy, because, well, if people start going crazy, it's bad. So since we got our storage room, we got kitchen, all this stuff, we should definitely start on getting a research room, because if you have separate rooms for everybody and everything just works somewhat better, because for some reason, if you have something that's not designed for that room, they don't like it. And also, hold on, there might be a little glitch. I can't see my people up here. Alright, hold on for a second. I need to... Okay, guys, I'm back. That was a little odd. Apparently, if you press this button down here, it gets rid of everyone up there. So that was very bad, because I almost just didn't know where my people were. And you kind of need to know where your people are, or else you're just not gonna... It makes it very hard if you just can't see your people, because you can't see what they're doing. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to start with some floors. And now, what we're going to do... Oh yeah, we also need wall torches and stuff. But what we're going to do is we're going to start with a simple research bench. And I'm going to put... Okay, hold on. Hold on that. We got another raid. Okay, this one isn't that bad. But what we're going to do is we're going to draft all of our people here. Or at least two, because this... Corey has the trait non-violent. But what I'm going to do is have Steven and Shay equip their guns so that we don't get absolutely brutally murdered by... Who's this? Whoever that is. But what also helps with this is we can get our first prisoner as long as we don't kill them. It does help if you have melee weapons instead of guns, because they don't do as much damage, so you can in turn get... I mean, you won't kill them immediately with melee weapons, but since we have guns, we might as well use them. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move him here and her here, and then they're going to fire at will, so that... Yep, there we go. Kind of just gonna let this play out really quick. There it is. Alright, so I'm gonna pause the game here. Oops. Pause the game here. So we can look, if you go to health, you can see when they will die if they're seriously injured. So what we're gonna do is keep her drafted and tend to them. So if you have someone who you just shot down that you want to tend to, or that you want to keep as a prisoner, immediately tend to them. Don't try and bring them back to your base, or else they are just gonna die on the way there. You need to tend to them immediately. So we're going to undraft him and then have Shaya go and tend to whoever this is, and then we're going to capture them and put them as a prisoner. Alright, we're just going to speed this up a little bit. Okay. Yep, as you can see, now she is in no immediate danger. She's not going to die anymore, so we can easily keep her as a prisoner, but we have to capture her first. And since we built this nice little prison cell, that will keep them safe and out of danger. So what we can also do is get all these stuff. There's wake up pills. You can allow, another thing, you can allow your people drugs, or you can just like completely restrict them. Right now, since there's no like major risks with that, besides maybe Steven, because he has the trait. What trait does he have again? Chemical interest, so he's gonna want to take them, but I don't believe he will. I don't exactly know. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of keep going with this. And now, what I'm also going to do is, for work, they all have research available, so both, sorry, a bunch of my rat meat just rotted away. But since they all have research, I'm just going to, oh, we also have low food. Do we have a farm? Oh, okay. So that's another thing I need to do. Before we do any of that research stuff, I need to set up a farm. So what we do is we'll do zone, farm, plants. We can do rice plant. Rice plant is generally the best thing to start with. But also what's good is potatoes. Potatoes and rice are very good. And then later in the game you want to do maybe like corn or something like that. Because corn, which does take forever, that's why it's good for later games. So if you already have some food, that's great. Because you can get corn and use it as like your better plants, because corn gives off a lot. I had a world with, it was probably just about this big of just corn, and it would give me about 2,000 units of corn every single time, which is amazing. So if you go ahead and do that, I would recommend using corn as a later game thing and using rice and potatoes to start with, because without having rice, you're probably not going to make it very far because you won't have food because of how long potatoes take to grow. So now they're going to go start on that. And what I was trying to say before I got rudely interrupted was, now we're going to start researching stuff. And I think, personally, so I haven't had this game for that long, but personally, I like to research solar panels right off the bat because it can severely help. So now they're going to keep doing that. And when you're starting to do power, what you want to look is you go into bio and look in construction. And I'm pretty sure they need a level construction of 6 to build solar panels, or any real, like, sorry, they need, so for any power, anything that makes power, they need like construction level 6, which, as you can see, none of my people have that. So I'm going to kind of have to like grind all of them through getting to construction 6, which will take a while. So right now, I think towards the end of the video we'll try and get power, but right now it's not my greatest concern, because as you can see, it's not winter, it's not dead summer, so we're not going to die of like heat stroke or cold or hypothermia or anything like that. Oh, someone has an infection. Okay, wait, okay. So let's look at this. Okay, so they have a minor infection on their left arm, which is not bad. We can get that treated immediately as long as we do best quality medicines, because this person seems relatively good. Actually, we can look bio. They have I forgot what this is called, but trait's too smart. It's too smart for her, and she could learn everything much faster than everyone else, but can't quite. See, I don't know what that means, but they have burning passion. That's what it's called. They have 1 burning passion for construction, so they will learn construction way faster than anyone else. So she would be very good for us because we need that construction trait to start working on power. But first, we gotta let her survive. So if we go to not assign work, we can see that 2 of our people have burning passions for warden. So actually, if we go to work again, let's see, they all can warden and they're decently okay at it. There's not a lot of skill to wardening, but we're gonna have Corey I'm just gonna keep tending to Miko. I think that's how you say it. We're just gonna keep tending to Miko, keep track of her, so that that infection doesn't spread and kill her. So So yeah, as everyone is doing whatever they're doing, Miko is going to be healing. And as you can see, if you hover over this, you can see the efficiency is pretty good. And you can tend to it in about half a day. And then the tending expires. So what happens with tending is you get a certain amount of time that you can until you can tend it again. And then you also get a tending expires. So there's like a little window where you can tend it and a window where you have to wait for it to be able to tend. But you just got to make sure you keep track of that for prisoners especially, or else they are going to die because of that infection. And then these laboratories, I would like to say I'm not the best at this game, but the laboratories, I believe we can just put 2 chairs right next to each other like this, and they'll be able to get to them. If they can't, they can stop botching the construction. I don't know, but as you can see, we're doing okay. And if we go to power here, okay, it says, yes, we need 6 for, I believe for solar panels we do need 6, but you can run with the wood generator and the wind turbine for a while. But personally, I don't like doing that without the solar panels first. So I need to start, if we go look at her health. Oops. Okay, so we're going to pause the game here. We're going to see. So we can tend now. We're going to get her to go tend to her. And I'm going to watch over this because I wasn't paying attention. You can see. Alright, so the efficiency is 74. So now, I believe, in like the next day, she will be healed with that immunity and all that stuff. But if we go to prisoner, we can also have recruit. So now they're going to go in there and try and recruit her, which won't take long since it's a 9.0. And as you can see, they're going to recruit right now. And that already dropped down. So this will probably take like in-game week or 2, but that is really not that bad compared to others. So we can also see efficiency is almost 100%. Once it gets to 100%, then it'll be great. But what we need is that percent. I'll do something so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But if you look at that infection major, that 50% now, that is how much it's taking over. But if you go down to 10 quality, you can see once that hits 100%, the infection will go away completely. So as long as the 10 quality is above the infection, you will be fine. And now we can tend another 2 hours. So we can see that. Oh, wait. Hold on. No, it's immunity, not 10 quality. That's my bad. Once immunity hits 100%, the infection will go away. So this infection is about to go away. But we are also going to have her tend just in case. Yep, as you can see, it hit 100. Now the infection is going to go away on its own. So now we don't really need to worry about her. She doesn't need tending anymore. And all we have to worry about is recruiting. Which, also with the recruiting process, sometimes with prisoners, you can see that the relations gained. If you have any, like, neighboring villages that do not like you, you can release them and get some relationship with those factions. But since she doesn't have any, we're just going to keep her. And actually, we're going to put another... Oops. We're going to put another room right here for her for when she is ready. And even if she doesn't become ready, we can still use this room. It's not going to be an obsolete room for nothing. And then we put... Actually, we can move... Nope. Oopsies. We can install this bed right here. Oh. And also, we have a slaver. So, slavers are very useful because you can obviously get slaves. So we're going to have Corey get up in here and trade with them. So she's gonna walk over there and then we're gonna get a little thing, trade. So I could trade her, but she's not. So this is my prisoner right here. We can see that she's only 386 or 83. We would not make any like real profit on that, and we don't have enough for these, which I guess we could trade our stuff for these prisoners, but personally I don't like buying prisoners. But obviously anyone could do it if you have the money, but I'm not going to buy anything, and I don't need to sell anything. I also definitely don't need to buy these because these are not useful. Actually, never mind. I was going to say we could buy some medicine. Actually, yeah, we'll buy the medicine. Alright, so all we did really there was just buy some medicine, which will help us because medicine is actually very important. Speaking of medicine, what we can do is if we go to zone, we can set up another growing zone for heal root. And heal root is very, 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 very important on obviously healing, because late in early game you cannot produce these like really good medicine as well as like so right now I guess we cannot grow heal root, but this will be there when they're ready, and I do not actually know. So if we go back into bio, we can see plants. It has to be 8. Well, actually, we can look at Miko. Okay, so no one is there yet, but since they're going to be working on these farms so much, we might as well have this here because the heal root eventually will be grown, just not anytime soon. We can see Miko here. If we get a prisoner, she's at 6.8, and her price is actually going up. So if we did try and sell her, we would make a lot of profit. But personally, I want to keep her because she seems like she'd be a very good addition to our colony here, especially because I made her a room. So it's very good. But one problem I'm seeing, no one wants to research. So if we go into this, we can see Shea is very intellectual and Corey is somewhat, but I'm gonna teach you guys a little new thing. Some of you might know this already, but we can go into research. Oh, it's like our caravan's leaving. But if you go into manual properties, you can have number 1 is they will get it done. As you can see, it'll be done first. 4 is done last. Now that I have their research as their top priority, they're going to do their research. But that is also the only thing they will really do. So I'm just gonna have this. Yeah, we'll have Corey. That'll be your second priority because you want people doing stuff, but you also kind of want someone researching at all times, or else research just will never get done. And I would like solar panels by the time they are at level 6, obviously. But as you can see, they're not at level 6. Oh, ooh, okay. So this is another thing. Oh, never mind. It wasn't that big a deal. But cargo pods are random events that happen, and they drop stuff. Sometimes cargo pods can drop people, and that is very nice to get people. But this time, it obviously did not drop any people. So we're kind of just going to keep going on whatever's happening here. Oh, it looks like they're all going to go grab that cargo pod stuff. Which I did not tell them to do that. They just happen to do that. Sometimes your people will just do that randomly if they have nothing to do. Which obviously they have something to do. But, yes. And they're going to feed Miko with the drop pod stuff. We'll see what her thing drops down to. It dropped down to 6, which is very good. And her health, as you can see, that infection is gone. And she's healing up nicely. Except she has malnutrition. Not a lot of people will be happy with malnutrition, but they're feeding her, so it is what it is. We're just going to have to deal with that for right now. Okay, he is sewing away. She is researching, which is very good. Alright, yeah. So there's not a lot of eventful things going on here, but we can go ahead and make something happen. Since, as you can see, we have plenty of components, which components can become a very, very serious thing in the future. But right now, since we have plenty of components, what we're going to do is we're going to go to power, and we're going to start making power, which is very exciting. So we got to figure out the best spot to put wind turbines is in like a clear field, but as you can see, there's no exactly clear fields, except for maybe right here, but that is relatively far away, and we have to build power lines everywhere relatively. So Oh, yep. See, this is why I like power, because things like that will happen. Oh, who has starvation? Everyone has starvation. Oh, weird. Okay, so we ran into our first problem. We're out of food. Probably should have been paying attention to the low food thing. So, this is kind of a problem. But, let's see this. Yeah, this isn't grown enough. And if we go into our bills here, another detail is, if you go into details, a figure, you can just have them do as many bills as you want them to do. But right now we are out of food. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to orders, and we're going to have them pretty much harvest pretty much everything here. Because what they're going to do is they're going to go around and pick all of the berries. And they're just going to do everything. So since they're just going to go harvest all those berries, we kind of don't really need to do anything for a while, since they're just going to have food. We don't really want them building anything. So, yeah. Also, we cannot, I just realized we cannot build those wind turbines until we're construction level 4. And sadly, oh, I guess Steven is actually very close. Yeah, Steven would be the closest to level 4, but right now they all need food, because without food, they will all die. And especially, ooh, we have inspired surgery. So another thing, random events can happen, like inspiration, and right now, Shea happened to get some inspiration, and since that happened, she, whatever it says, she is going to go and be inspired for whatever that, and she's going to do better at that. But obviously we don't need any surgeries right now, so it's kind of pointless, but it's alright. So let's see what Steven's going to go do. He's going to go farm. No, what we kind of need to do is they all need food, because if you look at their needs, they're all starving, and their mood is going to drop, and a lot of them are going to go crazy. So we can go ahead and force them to all go get food, because without food they will, like I just said, starve and die, because you can see their needs, their food went up for that moment. I don't know where she's getting food. Oh, I guess Corey just didn't get the food. Oh yeah, he botched it. If they botch the food, they don't get any food, sadly. Okay, that should hold them off for the day. Steven, come on, bro. Eat your food. Oh, he did. She is going to starve, though, because she has very minor malnutrition. But since she's a prisoner, she's almost at full recruitment. But not quite. Another thing we can do is we can have people go hunt, and I'm going to actually do that. Which I did set up the butcher table, but I'm going to have, yes, there he is. Come on, Steven. A nice thing about this game, oh yes. Alright, so now they do have food, and I can have them hunt this buffalo, which I'm also going to have them do, because they will probably die. Yep, the dog genuinely just ate some of the food. But yeah, they're probably going to die without food. And come on, hit. Yeah, they're starving. Okay. Steven is approaching the buffalo. Is he going to take a shot? He fires. He hits the buffalo. Let's see the buffalo's health. He will be dead in 9 hours. But if he goes across this line, we won't get the buffalo. As you can see, he doesn't want to leave. And I think, where did Steven go? Okay, I think, yep. Ooh, I didn't notice that. But, oh yes, they're all very hungry. But we have Steven here, who needs to hunt this buffalo, or we're kind of going to die. And we don't want to lose right off the bat, but as we can see, this buffalo is dead. So, Steven, no, do not consume. Oh, okay. So I guess another thing, what we're going to do is we're going to go to zone, in a dumping zone. We're just going to shove them in here for now, because we just need somewhere for this muffalo to go, or else it's going to not consume. Haul. We need this. We need this to get moving, or else we're going to starve because we are literally almost out of food. And I think if we look at bio, yes, he is at construction 4, so we can go build those windmills now. But right now, that isn't actually my highest priority. We need this food. But now since he is in here, no, we don't need the clean. We kind of need to butcher him. But I think what you can do, I'm not assigned to cooking. Yeah, so I can prioritize him working at the butcher table. And I think, yo, they're gonna, Steven, bro. Oh, they finished the solar panel. That is great, actually. But right now, I'm not really concerned about that. Steven, bro. Who can cook? Yo, I'm going to let them all, their number 1 priorities currently, actually, it'll make it number 2, is to cook. Because they're eating raw food. They're going to get, like, food poisoning because of it. And, thankfully, now, that's not what I wanted to. Yeah, Steven's going to go cook. And the resistance is down to 3.2, which is great. Hopefully, wait, let's should look. She can cook decently, which is actually very nice. Okay, so we have 4 good meals now. This is great. What also I wanted to mention, another thing I did is for bills, I made it 4 simple meals because if you do 1, they'll just cook 1 meal and they'll be done. If you do 4, it's better because if you have 4 people, they'll make, every time they cook, they'll make a meal for everybody. But since I have 3, well, not technically I have 4, but since I technically have 4, it'll be a meal for everybody too. Alright, so since our food problem is kind of whittling itself away, we're also going to have him hunt another muffalo. Come on, Steven. Come on. Oh, the muffalo left. Sad day, sad day. So, yeah, they're just gonna hunt all of them. Because right now we kind of need food, but, okay, yeah, we're down to 3 food. It is kind of our big concern, but can we have this go away? We're just gonna kind of hope and pray that one of them gets killed, and eventually they'll all get killed, but right now. Yep, and we can see Shea is going down here to try and kill one of them with her pistol, which she's literally just scaring them all away. If she can get like a shot off, it'd be good. Uh-oh. Pause. Okay. See, this is also another thing that will happen. If you shoot a muffalo, or anything really, it can go and get revenge. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna draft her and just send her all the way down here, because she might. Yeah, this is not good. This is very bad, actually. Okay, I'm gonna keep close attention to this. Okay. Steven, we're gonna draft you, actually. Yeah, shoot that muffalo, please. Okay, that's good. No, okay, it's dead. Very good. And now she's gonna go haul that. So I think to end off the episode, we are going to... Ooh, this is also very good. The rice plants are almost done. That's why I said do rice. They grow so fast, you don't even need to worry about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to... Where is it? Power. And to end this off, we're going to get some wind turbines going. We're gonna, I think, yeah, we'll do 2 right next to each other. Right there. And then we're gonna start by putting wall lamps in everyone's rooms. Because right now, obviously, as you can see, there is no power. We'll do a standing lamp here. Oh, it's not symmetrical, which is alright, I guess. And then we're going to start by putting power. And we're going to go to hidden conduct, and we're just going to put hidden conduct everywhere. So, yep, hidden conduct. And what's nice about conducts is they don't technically have to touch everything. They can just be in proximity to everything. It'll be good enough. So we're gonna have Steven, once he wakes up, he's going to go build both of these, and oh, we got visitors, but I'm not concerned about visitors right now. What he's gonna do is he's gonna go build these after he cooks some food, which thankfully that Muffalo did in turn. Like he gave us a lot of food, which is nice. Which actually he's going to go cook for right now, which is not bad. So I'll cut to once I get both of these built in a second. Uh-oh. Okay, so this Muffalo here said scratch that, we're gonna go attack. Oh, that's because Shea is shooting it. Bro. Come on, Shea. Okay, let's look at its health. It's in no immediate danger. Okay, I'm gonna play this out, see how this goes. Nope. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do basically the same thing, and I'll probably just speed this up for y'all so you guys can get this over with. Alright, so now he's going to do this, and he's going to keep cooking. Actually, Corey's cooking, but as you can see, I did kind of skip a little bit. But they're starting to build these conducts, which is very nice, so we can have power. And then, yeah. We're going to keep working on that, and I don't know what Shea is going to do. Okay, Rimworld is really not letting me end this episode. What is this? Oh, she has go-go juice. Okay, well, so she will not be joining our colony, but yet. So I moved her prisoner to Zeus resistant only, and I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier and just take her down and then get her back into our base. So also, why I'm here, I'd like to mention we need batteries, because right now all this power that we're getting isn't being stored. So we need batteries, which I will mention in the next episode. But right now I'm gonna take care of this. Yo, where did she go? Oh. Yo, she's gonna kill her dog. Okay, I didn't realize she's trying to kill her dog. This is very bad, because oh, she's just gonna beat up that, which is fine. Okay, so she was beaten to death, sadly, but it's fine. What we're gonna do now, since we have our first death, yo, sorry, he's being kind of stupid. Since sadly we have our first death, what we're gonna do is we're going to misc, and we're gonna make some graves, because when you have dead people, you can't just have them out there, or else everyone else will get sad. Sadly, Steven's dog died, but it's alright. He'll get over it, sadly. Alright, so I'm just gonna cut. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm just gonna cut to when everything is built and I can just show you guys that all of our stuff is working. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so they really do not want me to end this video, but there's a transport pod crash. Yay! So we're gonna have Corey go over here, draft, tend. Oh, actually, you know what? We're just gonna let her go, because if you look at her bio, she doesn't really do any of the basic stuff that we need besides animals. So okay, we probably could have used her. She's gonna die though, so. Well, okay. No. You know what? Persistent girl. She can go figure that out. I don't know. But as you can see, we got all these power lines done except for these, which Steven is building now. We're about to finish all these power lines. And once all these power lines right here get done, then everything will have power, which has taken almost long enough. So I guess we'll cut to whenever that gets done. Alright guys, as you can see, everything has power now. I don't know why this wind turbine's not running. I'll figure that out in the next episode. We have power. That was kind of our goal for today. I know this is a very long episode. Alright, so we're just going to ignore that for right now. I know this is... I'll deal with that next episode. Thank you everybody for watching, if anyone made it this far. I hope everyone has a great day, and I would like... if anyone can comment any other games you guys would like me to play, or if you enjoyed this video, or if you have any questions about Rimworld, because I can maybe help. But if you have any questions or enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.